Alright, guys, we are now going to have a fun conversation. Maybe not so fun, more of a controversial conversation. I don't know. So, we are going to ask to compare Charlie Chaplin with Hitler. And Adolf Hitler. Some people might get offended from even this comparison. It's not really maybe something not to make fun about, but let's see what Gemini has to say. Okay, let's go. Just a second. As usual, identify the core request, flesh out similarities, flesh out differences. Yeah, they're both from 20th century. Both were born on April 1889, April 6th, and April 20th. Okay, I shall let Gemini read it.
Charlie Chaplin and Adolf Hitler are two figures from the 20th century who, despite occupying vastly different spheres of life and leaving dramatically contrasting legacies, share some intriguing, albeit often superficial, points of comparison. Here's a comparison. Similarities. 1. Near identical birth dates. Perhaps the most striking coincidence is that they were born only 4 days apart in April 1889. Chaplin was born on April 16th and Hitler on April 20th. This placed them in the exact same generational cohort, experiencing the same major historical events from a similar age perspective. 2. Humble beginnings. Both men came from relatively impoverished backgrounds and rose to prominence from obscurity. Chaplin's childhood in London was marked by poverty and hardship, while Hitler experienced a difficult youth in Austria. 3. The toothbrush mustache. Both men became famous, or infamous, while sporting a similar style of facial hair, the distinctive toothbrush mustache. Chaplin adopted it for his tramp character, believing it added comedic effect without hiding his expressions. Hitler reportedly trimmed his larger mustache down to this style, possibly for practicality, fitting into gas masks during World War I, or fashion reasons of the time. This visual similarity became a key element in Chaplin's later satire of Hitler. 4. Global recognition. Both achieved immense worldwide fame during their lifetimes, arguably becoming two of the most recognizable figures on the planet, though for entirely different reasons, and eliciting vastly different reactions. 5. Charisma and performance. Both were masters of performance in their own ways. Chaplin captivated audiences through his physical comedy and cinematic artistry. Hitler swayed masses through powerful oratory and carefully staged propaganda events. Both understood how to craft a public persona and connect with large audiences. Differences. 1. Profession and role. Chaplin was an artist.
Well, frankly, this just came to my mind this morning. I did not know about so many similarities. All I had in my mind was the mustache of these two guys. Mustache. Toothbrush mustache. But apparently there are more similarities. Anyway.
An actor, comedian, filmmaker, writer, and composer. Hitler was a politician who became a dictator, leading a political party and eventually the German state. 2. Ideology and values. This is where they fundamentally diverge. Chaplin. While complex, his work often championed the underdog, criticized industrial society, and later explicitly promoted humanism, peace, and democracy, particularly in response to fascism. Hitler promoted an ideology of hate, Nazism, built on extreme nationalism, racial supremacy, especially anti-Semitism, authoritarianism, militarism, and totalitarian control. 3. Impact on the world. Chaplin brought laughter and poignant social commentary to millions through cinema. His impact is primarily cultural and artistic. He is celebrated as a cinematic pioneer. Hitler unleashed World War II, orchestrated the Holocaust, the genocide of 6 million Jews and millions of others, and was responsible for unparalleled destruction, death, and suffering. His impact is political and historical, marking one of humanity's darkest periods. 4. Use of power. Chaplin's influence came through his art and fame. Hitler wielded absolute political and military power, using it for oppression, conquest, and mass murder. 5. Legacy Chaplin is remembered as a beloved cinematic genius. Hitler is remembered as one of history's most monstrous figures, synonymous with evil and tyranny. The Great Dictator, 1940. The comparison is made explicit by Chaplin himself in his film The Great Dictator. In this powerful satire, Chaplin plays dual roles: a persecuted Jewish barber, resembling his tramp character, and Adenoid Hinkle, the ruthless dictator of Tomania, a direct parody of Hitler, mustache and all. The film was a courageous act of defiance against Nazism, while Hitler was still consolidating power in Europe. Its famous final speech is a passionate plea for democracy, freedom, and human decency, directly contrasting with everything Hitler represented. In conclusion, while the coincidences of birth date, mustache style, and humble origins offer superficial parallels, Charlie Chaplin and Adolf Hitler represent polar opposites in terms of their values, actions, and ultimate impact on the world. One used his global platform for art, entertainment, and eventually a plea for humanity, while the other used his political power to inflict unimaginable suffering and destruction. The visual similarity of the mustache serves primarily to highlight the profound moral chasm between the beloved comedian and the reviled dictator he bravely satirized.
Alright, there we have it. I did not even know about The Great Dictator. Maybe I have read it somewhere before, I don't exactly remember. Anyway, I shall explore the things we have found here. Peace.